welcome to episode 2 of Bat and Chat with Russ and Ryan.
Hi guys.
Patent pending name from Ryan there. So we've just played Vespids into Blooded. I ran the Vespids. You've probably seen it, and Ryan ran the Blooded expertly to the win. And we were just chatting about the game afterwards, and I said, let's put the camera on, even though we're not on camera, microphone's on, and he can tell me what he thinks I should have done instead, because he's won, and it was a pretty convincing win. So
I don't know if it was super convincing. I think we should talk it through a little bit. But I basically thought these Vespids are going to shoot the Blooded off the field.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was hoping for as well.
So I think definitely I just thought, let's try and stay in conceal in the heavy cover. And have a few opportunities. And I mean, best play, first move, you took out my sniper, which was like one of my only.
I think that was maybe more of a mistake. You were like, I think we just a terrain mistake where we're like, oh, he is targetable, and then it was like, well, I'll take that shot then.
Yeah, definitely.
So I did think that was pretty a good move. It did mean that you got to kill my sniper in return pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know whether in hindsight for a shooting team losing my best shooter is worth it. I think maybe I should have used maybe just a normal warrior to injure him and then maybe kill him instead of my good shooting.
That's a fair point. You could have maybe saved him for your last interact. But,
I think maybe I could have done that and maybe pushed to survive with him. But I thought I could probably be okay. To be fair, I could have probably positioned him so I would be obscuring as well, but I wasn't thinking that far ahead because this is still heavy.
Yeah,
so I could have
just dropped him.
I could have dropped him a little bit back, but yeah.
I think your firing line was quite intimidating, but it allowed me to just push right up. So I had board control, and you had a lot of safe operatives, but then thinking you don't really want to throw them out towards me.
I think that the trap that I fell in, and I think there is a Vespid trap. The trap is understanding you're a shooting team. That's not the trap. The trap is then realizing you're only a shooting team if you've moved and then shot. And I realized I'd fenced myself in quite a bit, and I was like, oh, I do need to move and then shoot. And I was just, you did a good job of making sure I couldn't move and shoot a target that you didn't want to be necessarily killed. So I was only shooting stuff that had already been most of the time. I had a few shots maybe where I was targeting someone I wanted to. I'll tell you what I would have done if I got the initiative turn 2. Yeah. I was going to move my stealth guy forward. I was playing for the fact that I should have got it, and I move him over here, get rid of your butcher and your corpseman, and then I would have tied up your... you would have died, but I would have got hit by your brimstone probably, or a grenadier.
I think getting initiative for me in turn 2 and 3
and 4
was beautiful, but...
It was the best.
In turning point 2, I had 3 blast options for you.
I was going to say.
So I was quite clustered behind the heavy. So being able to take out your grenadier and knowing that your flame was so far back.
Yeah.
And this being heavy, even with your amazing photon grenade guy, you didn't really have any shots.
No, you know, I wasn't as aggressive as I should have been because I still feel like I'm trying to play them as a shooting team. So I let you basically come to me, which is good in one sense because I took recover kills or the recon. Yeah. So I was like, great, you come to me. But then I was realizing because you had more activations and I wasn't killing people who hadn't been, you were able to just deal with the guys I had on those tokens.
It is an interesting one. The ploy where you can fly 3 inches higher.
Yeah.
In the game I've played against Vespids previously, it's really nice because if you go on the double vantage and fly higher, you'll get inaccurate 2 and you've moved, so you get your other bonus kicking in. And I think some places, if you'd have done it, you might have got a better visibility. You know, like, so if you were in the middle board and then flew 3 inches higher, I think you probably would have been able to see that line of people.
Plus I would have given myself accurate 2.
Yeah.
So I could have done it from there on a normal vantage, give myself accurate 2 and improve my lines of sight. Yeah.
So I think thinking about that, it could be really tasty as a move. You know, fly the grenadier up here, go 3 inches higher, get accurate 2 and just bomb people.
You know what's cool? I could go really close to you within 2, fly 3 up and avoid the blast.
Yeah, there's some really tasty moves with it.
I only ever use Neutron Overload and Vicious Venom of their Firefight ploys to do D3 extra. Maybe I need to figure out how to do Asili more.
I think the P1 guns after moving felt oppressive, but again, I think I just played it safe enough that I gave you the easier targets to go for and kept my better people in the cover.
Yeah.
Interestingly, I thought your equipment was really good, but the blooded, I forgot about. The symbols of bloody worship actually is really good because I didn't kill you straight away a lot of the time.
Oh, is this the healing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Every time you don't incapacitate somebody, but you inflict damage on them, you regain a wound.
Yeah.
So I think if remembering that would have felt like quite nice with the blooded. But
I guess you're so used to them having bad equipment.
Yeah. But I think one misplay from you in the game, we talked about it, was you forgot an accurate. And this accurate 1 and 2 stacking, it's so useful for a team that hits on 4s.
Yeah, hitting on 4s, they're a shooting team that is 50% accurate, so you really need to line up. I think you'd be good with them because you think this stuff ahead, whereas I think less ahead. I'm more accustomed to a melee team. But you really got to line up your... you have a communion point ready, so if you can be with the shooting warriors within 8, so you don't have to spend a communion to shoot, plus you get accurate, then you can spend a communion for a reroll, and if you've moved you've got piercing, and then if you've moved obviously you've got aerial agility, aerial agility, the one airborne predators, you get balanced anyway.
There's a lot of stacking across them, isn't there? With those stimulants, vantage, accurate, all of a sudden you can be getting 3 reliable hits through. And the guns are good, I mean, devastating 2, all crits will do 2 mortal wounds. I think it's... Interestingly, good. Throughout the entire game, you only got the devastating wound through twice.
Is that all it happened?
So, I think you rolled particularly low on the crits. You got good hits, but you didn't get many crits on the shooting. Yeah. Because that definitely would have done more damage to these blooded.
Mean Ben made a good point. He said if you were playing a tournament, it might be smart for the tournament organizer to say we're going to be playing a mixture of these missions, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, because the mission's a bit weird. It's playing a long game in Kill Team. We played mission. What was the number?
Mission number 9, coordinates.
So basically, you can only score points at the end of the game.
End of the battle.
End of the battle, which is the long game.
It threw my game off, I have to admit, because I was thinking, when do you go bopping these?
Yeah.
Because there was no need to do it, but you still had to have some points on the table. And I think that's where you fell foul, because I managed to just hold 2 points. You only really had 1 point you could do anything with.
And you went that far off maxing, because you only get 6, so you got 4 in the end. But I didn't end up... I only ended up bopping once. Because I wasn't aggressive enough pushing forward.
Yeah.
And the move with the leader at the end, if I could have killed your guy... But I didn't, obviously. You got 2 6s, I think, on your saves. It's ridiculous. Yeah, he might have been able to...
Because you would have got an interact and killed the butcher, potentially, if you'd have killed him as well. So.
And then I could have moved him here. I don't know. I might have been able to get 2 more. I mean, to be fair, I don't think it was going well anyway. I think it was going badly anyway. But that sealed my fate somewhat.
So... Overall, I think it was a fun game. I think Blooded have got some play again. And I think
that,
Vespids look a very interesting team.
I do like
a bit swingy.
Yeah.
They definitely feel strong when they hit you hard.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could play them a bit more of how Kin kind of used to play in last edition, where you push them forward and they've got the counter hit to hit you, but they're shooting so good that you don't really want to go open to them, but it does expose you to charging.
Yeah, I mean, they're not bad in combat, but they've got across the board hitting on 3 dice.
Yeah, and they're missing one.
They're missing a melee operative.
Melee, yeah. Even if the leader had a foul dagger or something.
Yeah, they literally have no melee weapons. It's just a sting, and the sting's not bad. But it's 3 dice.
Yeah, 3 dice hitting on 4s. And can you use the communion point for a reroll in combat?
Well, you can cake equipment to make them ceaseless.
Oh yeah,
combat,
of
but
course
you
you
can,
did. You did, yeah. So it's just the 3 dice, because even when you did get good rolls, I was able to parry a bit and survive.
Yeah, they get lethal 5 if you take that sting and shock, which is great.
Yeah,
but they need a melee operative, or the classic leader, which is 3 APL and can also boost. That would be beautiful, because they're missing.
That is definitely one thing they're missing, is the APL.
Yeah, team-wide 2 APL just means they are too susceptible to charge blocking and stun.
And a few times in that game I was thinking, if you've just got an extra APL boost on 1, 2, 3 operatives, you would have absolutely devastated me.
Yeah.
The Flamer, if you'd have had a boost on him, you would have dashed and got that torrent flame off. And
yeah, man. Yeah, dash and then move to line up. Yeah, it feels like you've got to be quite, for a team that's fly, that's so maneuverable, you've got to be quite deliberate with where you put them. Because like you say, you can't... Although, to be fair, that one you could dash and then do his reposition fire.
Yes.
Because it's all one move. But yeah.
So, interesting game. Yeah,
interesting
I think
team,
a few more games with them, Rusty, and they'll be flying.
Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna try and quote unquote main them when I'm not legionarying, obviously, because that's the fun.
I mean, they're quite opposite teams.
They are, yeah.
I mean, why not?
Yeah,
fun.
All right, cool. Well, this has been Bat and Chat, episode 2. I don't know. I don't know why they don't need like titles. But
you know what? I like it.
There you go. Bat and Chat.
Bit of comment at the end.
Comment, yeah.
See how we go.
All right, let's have another game off camera. Another off-camera game for tournament prep. I'm going to take the Filthy Legionaries. What are you taking?
I'm going to play Kin.
Oh,
Kin were my favourite team last edition.
I love it. Interesting.
Won a tournament with them.
You did, yeah.
Against all the odds. However, I feel like they're going to be shit against elites now.
I mean, Legionaries is a rough game.
Rubbish against elites.
It's all right. This is after hours.
Okay.
Nothing's getting edited here.
Okay.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
Let's go.